whole goddamn intro didn't plug the mic in. That is great. We love that. Off to a good start. Welcome to the aforementioned next part. So this video is the continuation on from the next video, hence the next part. I've made a few changes to the Francis circuitry in terms of I'm going to go with the serial monitor because I couldn't quite get the LCD screen to work, and it wasn't really a key aspect of the design. It was more of a so you could see what's happening, but I'm just going to go with the serial monitor because it's showing up fine as it is. I was also experimenting with a external microphone as opposed to Francis's, as opposed to Francis's. What is? Yeah, no, Francis, like Francis apostrophe. So anyway, so as opposed to, just ignore that. As opposed to the onboard SpeakUp click mic that Francis already has. So I was actually using the mic I'm using right now, and the readings were a lot more reliable than the actual SpeakUp click microphone ones, which isn't surprising as that's like a arguably better microphone than the one on the SpeakUp click. But without further ado, whatever the fuck that is, yeah, so enjoy. Francis. Need to talk louder, apparently. Ha! Right, okay, I need to talk like semi-loud. Francis. Yeah, I think I definitely need a better microphone. Oh, do you know why? Do you know why? It's because I've not uploaded it yet, have I? Francis. 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 This makes oh, it's not working. Ugh. It wasn't working because I didn't plug in the board, so I should have known because there was no lights coming from the board, but I mean, you live and you learn, eh? Apparently a key aspect. Let's look at that. It works. Francis. Introduce the video. Francis. Say goodbye. It works. Yeah, we're gonna just ignore that because it wasn't working and I was getting impatient, so I'm just gonna go with the serial monitor from now on. Right, so slight change of plans. I am going to hook up a mic to see if that makes the voice recognition a little bit better. Had the wrong cable in the mic. Because obviously this is what it uses to connect to the phone, eh? So this should work. Let's see if it works now. Francis. Sounds getting better actually. Turn the volume up so maybe you can hear it. Wonder if you can hear this. Francis. Let's try it again. Francis. Nice. Right, so 2 syllables seems to be his max, so I'll show you what we're currently working with. Right, so this is the sketch so far. Francis. Intro. Mood. Status. Status. Outro. Outro. Wow. Outro. Oh my god. Stop. Outro. There we go. Honestly, Toby, if you're watching this, that was you messaging me. Absolute jackass. But yeah, it's starting to come together. So, as you can see from the compilation of those time lapses, we're up to a really good point in terms of everything's working on the software side. In the future, I would like to, and by in future I mean within the next few weeks, I would like to integrate a transmitter and receiver function. So basically, Francis itself, as in the SpeakUp click, will be in like almost like a kind of microphone to begin with. So there'll be an Arduino that has the SpeakUp click attached to it. It's all battery powered obviously, but it transmits to a worker Arduino. So there's going to be a master and a slave. I think I'm going to use radio frequency transmitters, but we'll see what happens within the next few weeks, and if I can make any progress on the code, and if I am, and if I do, I'll put it in. If I don't, I'll figure something else out. But ideally, I would like Francis to be able to connect to all the robots. I'll make like a big kind of docking station type thing, where all my previous RS systems or robots will be there, and they'll be hooked up to a tether which supplies power, monitors all the critical systems, so there'll be like battery monitoring, servo health checks, all that kind of stuff. But the kicker is, I can ask Francis to run a system diagnostic, and it'll check all the voltages, all the servos, it'll test run all the joints, go through the movements to see if they work, and if they don't work, it'll tell me, and then it'll recommend, you should order this, you should upgrade this, you should fix this, you should replace this, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, that's kind of the end goal for them really. It's just to kind of monitor all of my robots, make sure they're all healthy, because I have a really bad habit of finishing them, leaving them sitting there, and then obviously it's not exactly warm in this this big garage, but so yeah, so they just end up like seizing up, and obviously if you don't use them, the servos just seize up over time, and obviously there's no casing on them, so it's like they're all just exposed wire at the minute, so there's corrosion, there's all that fun stuff. And yes, before you say it, I know I should take better care of my robots, because they are my pride and joy at the minute. But yeah, so that's this video. I have big plans for Francis in the future. I really hope that this does take off, and that you could argue it kind of relies on the radio frequency transmission, because I could like talk to him from my room, he could transmit to the garage and then run a system diagnostic, and then the system that runs the diagnostic with Francis internally could send them back in my room, and I could have like almost a kind of console that I could ask Francis to obviously do all this stuff. I could even go as far to like connecting them to the lights and stuff, but it's not Alexa because it's not connected to the internet, so there's like a very small percentage of a chance of an Ultron situation happening, but we're going to ignore that because, yeah, at the minute it's just a chatbot, so I don't think Skynet type-esque situations are really relevant to be worrying about. But yeah, so that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Apologise for it being late once again, and I'll see you in the next video.